Good afternoon, YouTube. Fat Cat Watch Collector putting up another watch show and tell today. The watch we're going to talk about today is the Invicta Hydromax Reserve. I have a video of this already up. It was one of my original videos that I put up. And I just wanted to talk a little bit more about this watch. I put up a second video because the watch has gotten so many reviews or so many views on my channel. The original one was kind of grainy. I wasn't uploading in HD, and I just wanted to do an updated video, okay? And also because a lot of my subscribers who weren't signed up or subscribed before may not have seen this watch or be familiar with this watch. So I was going to talk a little bit about that. And if you are, a couple notes I want to touch on. One, if you are new to my channel, what separates my channel from the other ones is that I just basically tell you a little bit about the watch and I show you what it looks like on the wrist. And that's most important when you're making a decision to buy a watch. You know, I waited for a really long time before buying an Invicta watch, which my first one was the Venom, because I just wasn't sure what it was going to look like. And it was very helpful seeing a few people who actually showed it on the wrist. And that's what my channel is about, showing you what the watch looks like on a guy my size, my height, and my weight. And that helps you make a decision and get an idea of what it's going to look like on you. Secondly, for the people who are subscribed to my channel already, or anybody who maybe isn't subscribed to my channel, or maybe if you get a comment on any of your videos or comments, it won't be on my channel. If you comment on my channel, I moderate all those comments. So if there's anything negative or inappropriate, I just delete it, report the user, and block them or ban them from the channel. But I can't stop people from doing that on your channel. So there is a person going around the internet, going around YouTube, creating several fake accounts under the false pretenses that it's myself. And it is not myself. He's basically taking a screenshot of one of my videos and he's using my picture as a channel. He's naming it Fat Cat Watches. I only have two YouTube channels. One is Fat Cat Watches, which is not this channel. That's one that I might use in the future. It was one I used for marketing back in the day for my website, Fat Cat Watches. Then there's this channel, Fat Cat Watch Collector. Fat Cat Watch Collector is the only channel that I put YouTube videos on that are related to the Invictas. And if I ever make that change, I'll go ahead and put comments on there. You will find the Fat Cat Watches channel has just a couple videos. It's got my logo. It's related to my website, Fat Cat Watches, where you can go and purchase these watches through eBay, and I basically have reputable sellers links on there. And you just click right through my site, and it'll take you to the best deals and, of course, the safest sellers on eBay. But also, again, that's the Fat Cat Watches YouTube channel is mine. However, I don't post any videos on there. I think I have a couple, but they're old school Jacob videos. So Fat Cat Watch Collector, that's this channel, has over 200 videos. This is the channel you want to watch. This is the only channel I comment on. There is a person going around, like I said, he's taking a picture of me and he's making up these fake channels, naming it Fat Cat Watches, naming it like Jeff Schwab or whatever, some just names that he thinks is me or whatever, and he's going ahead and posting comments on, like I said, on other people's comments they've made about Invicta watches. Or one of my subscribers had, he made a comment on my page, and this guy went ahead and went after him and claimed it was me. And then the guy, you want to, unsubscribe to my channel, and I would never do that. That's not my style, and a lot of you know that. So just make sure to rule out that it's nobody but me. When you get a comment, whether positive or negative, click on that username and go to their videos and make sure they have 200 videos. You'll find that anybody claiming to be Fat Cat Watches or Fat Cat Watch Collector will have 0 videos and probably a very recent date that they've started the channel. So make sure that it's me, of course, and and if you have anything like that, go ahead and message me. Make sure that if that does happen, you go ahead and report the user and block the user so they can't do it again. Although they'll keep trying, but let's face it, none of us really have time for that. I just wanted to put it out there just to mention that to my fans and subscribers that that is not me, and the only comments that you will receive and videos that you will see are on this channel and only this channel. So with that out of the way, let's talk about this watch. Again, the Invicta Hydromax Reserve. This watch right here, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, then we're going to see what it looks like on the wrist. This watch here is a tank of a watch. Now you'll notice that I'm wearing an Invicta Grand Octane right now, or Grand Arsenal, depending on when you bought it and where. They are the same watch, Grand Octane and Arsenal. This is the biggest watch, one of the biggest watches Invicta makes. So naturally, I have this as a comparison. The Hydromax is not as big in diameter. A little bit about the Hydromax. Powered by a Swiss Ronda 515.24H quartz chronograph movement. Nothing too crazy. Then, of course, it is a Swiss-made watch. For those of you who don't know what that means, it doesn't mean the watch is made in Switzerland. It means that the movement is made to certain standards. It doesn't even necessarily mean that the movement is made in Switzerland. A lot of people get that backwards. It just, if it's a Swiss-made watch, it means that the watch is allowed to carry the Swiss-made logo, that it upholds to a certain level of standards, okay? But it is a Swiss-made watch. Case measurement, 52 millimeters in this case. I'm going to get a little closer so you can see what it looks like. Let's put it up right side up, right? You'll notice mine is done in the yellow tone bezel, and of course the yellow face, yellow gold face, with a little bit of this silver lip on the inside. You'll notice it has a very, very deep dish, which is pretty cool. Now, here's what makes this watch really stand out. Lots of 52 millimeter watches by Invicta, lots of other brands out there. However, this watch on case thickness is 29 millimeters thick. Now that does include the crystal. Now, this watch is actually designed after one of the Rolex watches called the Deep Sea Challenge. And I don't know if you can get the Deep Sea Challenge. It was one that's designed to go to extreme depths in the ocean. And I forget, I think it was Jacques Cousteau, or I forget who it is. I'm not I don't watch a lot of TV, but they basically as part of the advertising for the watch that Rolex did, they strapped it to one of these like deep sea diving machines and took it down to just obscene depths. And so what Invicta did is they created something similar to it. Okay, and if you'll notice, it does have a very you know, it is kind of styled after a Rolex watch. It's very simple, and you look at that crystal, just massive. Now, so people either like this watch or hate it, but I've worn this watch so many times, and just, it's so thick. You look at it, 29 millimeters thick. That's a thick watch. This is the thickest watch that Invicta makes. This is even thicker than, of course, the Sea Hunter, the full-size Sea Hunter, which measures about 23. I mean, you're looking at 29. It's 4 millimeters more. Pretty amazing. Is that right? 5 millimeters more, sorry. So it's a really thick watch. This does have a rotating bezel. Most of the watch is matte finish. You have polishing down the center and polishing around what they call a coin edge, I believe, bezel. Then, of course, you have this helium release valve. That has to do with diving. I believe, I always get this wrong. It has something to do with your pressurizing or depressurizing so the watch wouldn't explode. I'll never be using that because I don't dive. I just like the way it looks on the wrist. It is a big, chunky watch. They make this watch in several different colors. I know they make a blue, a black, all silver. I would have gotten the all silver, but this one I got a deal on because at the time when I got it, they were very hard to pick up. And I still like the gold though. I mean, it's a pretty sick watch. Here's the back. You have the, you see it, the Hydromax logo. I've heard that logo is meant to represent death, but I'm not really sure about that. If you find out, let me know. Post a comment. So there it is. Again, the side, you know, the crown. Got the Invicta logo there. And also you'll notice on this watch here that you have your standard hands, you have your second hand, but then you have this other green hand. And what that is military time. So this watch is, you know, your normal standard time, then military time. So wherever you set that green one, that's military time, which is kind of handy, you know, I think. And what else? Let's see. Other measurements about this watch. You're looking at a, you know, you get your flame fusing crystal, screw down crown, all stainless steel, 8 3/4 inch bracelet length. Pretty long. They're all, you know, when you start getting watches this big, generally they're about 8 to 9 inches long. So if you're a big guy, you have plenty of lengths there to, you know, to get this around your wrist. 24 millimeters in bracelet width. And then this is kind of cool. Not a lot of the Invicta watches do this. You have your fold-over clasp, right? But then you have this ratchet release right here. So you have like some kind of like real minute adjustment in there. The idea in that is it's supposed to be able to go over a wetsuit. I don't really use it. I just think it's cool. Let's face it. That's why we buy these watches. Most people are not diving with them. So that's it. The Invicta Hydromax. It weighs about 13 ounces. Again, depending on how many links you have in there. Water resistance to, get this, 1,000 meters or 3,300 feet. So that's what really set this watch apart. Again, the Invicta Venom is also rated at that. So I wish they would have made it a little deeper just for bragging purposes. But still, that's an insane depth. The only negative thing I have to say about this watch is that it's not one if you're going to be doing anything where you're going to be being a little clumsy at all. Now, I wear mine. I'm very careful with them, but this watch naturally, because the crystal sticks up so high, there is the potential to maybe catch that on something and maybe crack it. So there's not a lot of protection on that, but that's the whole point of the watch. It's not, you know, it's not meant to be doing, you know, construction or or doing anything where you could potentially damage it. But I wear mine at work all the time. I'm around all kinds of machines, stuff like that, and I've never had a problem with it. So it's a great looking watch. Let's see, what else about it? I kind of touched on pretty much everything right there with the watch. As far as price, and I'm also going to give a shout out to, go to my website, PHATKATWatch.com, search for Hydromax, and you'll be able to pick this up for roughly, well, I'm going to do another video on which sellers I recommend, okay? That's going to be a different video. This one's just going to be up the Hydromax today. But you can pick this up for about $150 to about $180. I wouldn't really pay much more than that. I mean, it's worth it, but you can just pick it up for a better price. I think I got mine for probably about, it was like $130, I think. It was a deal. And, you know, again, Invicta prices fluctuate very much depending on, you know, how many they have in stock, what time of year you buy them. So let me just go ahead and do a side-by-side comparison for against my favorite watch here. You'll see the Grand Octane. Now here's where this watch really comes apart, or comes alive, because you can't really tell when it's just alone like that. So compare it to the Grand Octane. I mean, it just dwarfs the Grand Octane in thickness. And the Grand Octane is about 17 millimeters in thickness, and of course, again, the Hydromax by Invicta is 29. Just a chunky watch. So let me go ahead and throw it on the wrist, because that's, again, what I said the channel's about. One guy commented I don't show it enough on the wrist, so let's go ahead and show it off a little bit here. Now I have a 7-inch wrist. I'm about 5 foot 8 inches tall. So here's this watch just really pops. I mean, look at that thing standing off the wrist. When I first got this watch, I had to go to get an x-ray at the doctor's office, and the girl was just like, that thing is gigantic. And you know, if you're an Invicta lover and you like this big chunky watch thing, I mean, that's like the best compliment you can get right there. That's why you buy these watches, because you like that big, huge, chunky watch on your wrist. And let me just kind of get back a little bit so you can see what it looks like when he's standing. You see it really comes off the wrist there. I mean, and you can see, like I say in all my videos, I have a 7-inch wrist. I mean, every watch looks really big on me. But they're wearable. They're all comfortable. I mean, they just make a great product. I'll get a little closer so you can see it there. Definitely one for the collection. And, you know, for the price point, I mean, like some of the Invicta watches that are, if you're looking at like the, what is it, the, one of the ones I reviewed, and I have the Grand Diver. I mean, that's an automatic, but you can pick, Grand Divers, you pay like some of the other Invicta watches that are a little bit entry level. You pay like, you know, 80 to like 130 for them. Again, depending on when you get them. This thing for 100 and even 150 bucks, I mean, that's a lot of watch. I think this is probably, as far as the biggest, you know, the big style of Invicta watches, because some are just, you know, standard sizes. They're not overly huge, like the Grand Diver. But as far as the ones that, you know, are the big boys, most of them start to get into, like, really the 280 to, like, an up range, okay? This is one of the cheapest ones you can get with this much steel. So definitely pick it up, get it in your collection. Go to PHATKATWatches.com. It's a PHAT. Just like the channel, Fat Cat Watch Collector, PHATKATWatch.com. Go ahead, click through the links. I'm in that process of redoing the site, so if you go to the website and you find that there is not a Hydromax link, just go ahead and click any of the eBay links and search for Hydromax. Again, that does help support the channel. If you like what I'm doing here, if you enjoy the videos, whenever you make a purchase on eBay, it does help to support the channel and allows me to keep doing this and getting new product and uploading watches. If you don't want to buy from eBay, that's okay too, but right now you can get a really good deal on this on eBay. Definitely, oh, and also, most important, don't forget to subscribe. New videos are coming. I got my list here of all the comparisons I have to do and of the updated videos, just like this one here. We're stepping it, no, not this one, sorry, this one. We're stepping it up where I'm improving upon some of those older videos I put up that are in low resolution. So, if you have any ideas where I can improve the channel at all, by all means let me know. I love constructive criticism. And great. And when you get a watch, man, drop me a message, drop me a comment. Let me know you got it. I love hearing about it. And, you know, throw up some pictures or whatever. All right, guys, have a great day. Thank you for watching.